starter in here because I know I'm not gonna bake with it for a while, so I don't wanna have to maintain a lot. I can discard half of this, which means I can just dump it out and throw it in the trash. Never down the sink, never ever, but I can just dump it in the trash. Now, someone long time ago, because sourdough's not new. Yes, it's like trending right now and it's really big, but sourdough's not new. Years and years ago, someone realized, wait a second, that is so wasteful. I don't want to waste my sourdough discard and just keep throwing it in the trash. That's good stuff. Let's make recipes. This is where sourdough discard recipes come into play. What you can do is, instead of dumping out half of your discard in the trash, dump it into another container like this, an airtight container, make it seal tight, and put it in your fridge. And then you can keep adding to it, adding your discard to it as often as you want. And don't let it sit too long, like for months. Make sure you use it before that. Then you can use it for recipes. This is where people get in a tizzy and get confused. Yes, sourdough discard recipes are very similar to like plain recipes. So for example, the other day I made sourdough discard bagels. Made the recipe, added discard to it, added instant yeast to it, and people lost their minds. One, a lot of people were saying this is just a bagel recipe and you're adding discard to it. Why would you even do that? Two, people were confused. Why are you adding instant yeast if you have sourdough starter? I get it. A lot of people just don't understand discard. Maybe they don't have a sourdough starter, so they don't know what discard is, so they don't know like why you're even using it. Sourdough people get it. We don't want to waste the good sourdough discard. We want to use it for things so we're not wasting it. So that is why we need sourdough discard recipes. That's why we are doing that recipe. If you don't have sourdough discard, you don't need the sourdough discard recipe. Yes, just make the plain bagels. Don't add the discard. Next, people were asking, why are you using instant yeast if you have the sourdough starter in it? Remember, this is discard. It is not active. So it's not going to rise beautifully like it would if this was double, triple in size when I used it. So we need the yeast to have it rise the way it needs to for that recipe. It'll go quicker with the yeast. And again, it'll just rise the way it needs to because this was not active. It was just discard. Yes, it has some of that like yeast in it because we're feeding it and this was an established sourdough starter. But you still need the yeast in the discard recipes if you want them to rise the way they need to. I know this was long, but I felt like I needed to make it because the amount of questions and comments I was getting on discard recipes was actually insane. I'm no professional. I am only a few months into this. I understand discard, so I felt like I could answer some questions in a video. I really hope that helps. If you have any other questions, please let me know in the comments.